Caroline Pointer with ForYourFamilyStory.com with another Heritage Craft video. Today I'll be showing you how to make a shadow box look just as old as the heirloom and photo that you're wanting to showcase, or almost as old. And I was going for the hand-rubbed Pottery Barn worn look without the Pottery Barn price, and I chose to showcase a photo of my grandfather, also known as Big Papa's, World War I photo and his World War I victory medal that he received. Supplies that we're going to use are the unfinished shadow box from a craft store like Michael's, which is where I got mine from, just an old 8x10 frame, a photo of an ancestor, related heirloom, Mod Podge and craft glue, black craft paint, finishing wax paste, cheesecloth, painter's tape, wood stain marker with a lighter shade like blonde, coarse sandpaper, paint brushes, and paper to cover your work surface. The first step is to affix painter's tape to the glass near the edge of the wood on the outside and the inside of the box. Next, you're going to sand the edges heavily to give the shadow box a distressed look. And you're going to concentrate on the areas of the box that you think would have been worn through time. Then you're going to dust the shadow box off with a piece of cheesecloth to get ready for the next step. You're also going to sand the frame as well. The next step is to paint the shadow box and the old frame all over with the craft black paint. Then take a 15 to 20 minute coffee break while it dries. Once the paint is dry, you're going to sand the edges again, especially in the areas where you distressed it once before. You're also going to need to sand the frame as well. And here's a close-up of what mine looked like at this stage. Now paint a second coat of black paint on the shadow box only. And then take another 15 to 20 minute coffee break to let the paint dry. Now sand the edges of the box again, especially in the distressed areas. And then after the second paint and sand fun, this is what mine looked like at this stage. Taking the light colored stain marker, go over the exposed wood areas to age the new wood. And you can do several layers of this, and then you're going to want to take a cheesecloth and go ahead and rub up any excess stain. Next, take another piece of the cheesecloth and get a glob of the wax out of the can. And apply a thin coat onto the shadow box and the old frame, but don't rub it in. Next, just take another 15 to 20 minute coffee break while the wax dries and sets. Using cheesecloth, apply pressure and buff the wax into the wood, making it shine. And I don't mind telling you, this is my favorite part of this craft, making it shine. Well, other than the coffee breaks. And next are some of the views of the box from various angles so you can really appreciate the shine. And next we're going to work on getting the photo and the heirloom into the shadow box. If you're using a printout of a photo like I am, then you'll need to seal the ink by spraying it heavily with some heavy-duty hairspray. Then it's time for another coffee break. For the medal, I purchased a plastic dollar-size coin collector case for Big Papa's World War I medal, and I cut a notch on top of the foam so that it would lay down flat in the case. And this is what it looks like front and back in the case. Not bad, eh? I then took the copy of Big Papa's photo and brushed Mod Podge on the back and affixed it to the inside of the shadow box. And then I applied more Mod Podge to the inside of over the photo as well as over the whole back of the inside. Next, I applied craft glue to the back of the old frame and placed it on top of the photo. Then I applied craft glue to the back of the plastic coin case and affixed it to the design. Then I took another coffee break. And this is what it looked like when it dried. And if you're like me, while sipping yet some more coffee, you'll gaze at the shadow box, this memory box. Oh, who are we kidding? This is a story box. And wonder how this young Big Papa at about age 21 ended up some 50 years later leaving his will that left half of his estate to his wife, my grandmother, and the other half to... Oh, wait. I haven't shared that Big Papa story yet. I'll have to save that for another time. The printout of the instructions will be available in the next Genie Tech newsletter. So if you're not yet a subscriber, go to foryourfamilystory.com and sign up. And this has been Caroline Pointer with foryourfamilystory.com, making the searching and sharing easier.